This is the Susan Butter 23 sneaker channel. Susan Butter 23 no sneaker channel des, and every day I bring you content about sneakers and upcoming sneaker releases. Mainichi upsurun de mainichi mite kudasai. And today is no different. I wasn't making a mistake a couple of seconds ago when I said Susan, because today it's a Nike Air Max 1 for the upcoming film about, gosh, I'm just confused by this sneaker already. It says they've Susan. I don't understand why they've called this one Susan. You know that I research my videos and I check this out as much as I can. I don't just get up on camera and randomly talk about a sneaker I've seen once. I really check out these sneakers and dig into the history. And there's a film coming up called Missing Link, and this sneaker is inspired by the main character, Mr. Link. Mr. Man, he's a man, Mr. Link. So I don't understand why these guys are called Susans. Please hit me up with a comment down below if you know why they're called Susans. But enough about that. The sneaker that I'm reviewing for you today is the Nike Air Max 1 Susan. As I said in the introduction, today we're talking about the Nike Air Max 1 Susan, and also, as I've said 5 times already, and I'm going to say a 6th time today, last week I clean forgot to say please subscribe to my channel in every single video that I dropped. 7 consecutive videos, including the video about me never having owned a pair of Jordans. Even in that video I clean forgot to say to you, please subscribe. I appreciate it if you subscribe. It helps me if you subscribe, if you just hit that subscribe button down below. And last week I clean forgot, so this week I'm trying to put it in my videos an awful lot to make up for the subscribers I lost last week. So I will say it today for the 6th time, and again I'm sure I'll say it again tomorrow for the 7th time. Please subscribe to the channel. もう今日は6日目連続言うのは先週全く登録お願いしますということを忘れて、全く忘れて、先週は言ってないので、今週はそれをバランスするためにしつこくまで言うので、登録お願いします。ぜひチャンネルの登録、チャンネルの登録をお願いします。Anyway, yes, enough. Let's get into these sneakers. I mean, oh man, they're utterly confusing. You'd look at them and first off, you just look at them without any knowledge about their background or what's going on, and you're just like, what the, geez, so it's like straight up. I was thinking about some kind of rich country, mansion where they go hunting. It's like, what old chap, let's go ride our horses and shoot at some pheasants, sort of, that kind of Middle England kind of vibe going on. So that was my first impression of them. I was really confused by them. Then I heard that they were designed by Tinker Hatfield of early Jordan fame, like 1 through X. I don't know how many Jordans Tinker Hatfield designed, lots for sure. And he's legendary for his designing. So I was like, whoa, what's Tinker Hatfield doing on the Air Jordan? An Air Max 1, a collaboration with the movie Missing Link. And so it's just an awful lot in this sneaker that I really didn't understand. And then I found out about that movie, The Missing Link, and the connection between the main character, Mr. Link, and these sneakers, and how, the studio designer and Tinker Hatfield and Nike and the movie all come together in one to make this sneaker. It does make sense to me, and it has kind of grown on me, I have to admit. At first look, I was a bit sort of put off by all the randomness in it, but over time I've kind of come to grow to like it a little bit. And one of the things I really like about it is it's got this really weird duality in different sections on it. Now, it's going to be hard for me to remember each part of that duality, so what I've done is I've put a note down there where I can actually have a little look to see the duality that I'm talking about. I do remember the first one that I wanted to talk about was that toe box inlay, not the overlay, but the inlay being white, and then if you go back to where the swoosh is on the sneaker, you've got a sort of white underneath the swoosh there, which is the first place where you've got two places where you've got one thing, the white panel on the front and then the white panel under the swoosh on the side. So that's 2 places. But then they're repeated. The most distinctive, that's unfair to say that, but is it the most distinctive? One of the most distinctive points on this sneaker is that toe box overlay, which many people call plaid or plaid, but in the UK we'd call it tartan. That's what we'd say, but anyway. And around that toe box you've got that plaid and plaid there. Now I'm going to have to check my notes here. to find out where it is. Ankle, there we go. The ankle outer lining says to me, actually I'm going to scroll up here so I can actually look at the sneaker. It's better than looking at my notes. And then so you've got that toe box in the plaid or the tartan, and then up around the ankle, there's two places. So the white and the white, and then the tartan and the tartan. And then you've got the green and the green. It's sort of the quarter panel, if you like, can we call it the quarter panel, and this sort of green material. It does seem to have lines through it in the fabric, but not in the actual design on the quarter panel. But that's balanced out in its second place on the tongue, where the square Nike branding on the tongue is there. So you've got that green in the tongue, and then you've got that green in the quarter paneling. And then you've also got a sort of dark brown leather effect that is on the midsole there for sure. And then I think it's the tongue. I think I'm right in saying the tongue. Yes, I'm not as crazy as I think I am. Then it's also on the tongue down there that you've got that sort of, it's not dark brown really, it's just it's a normal brown. I can't think of any other brown to describe it. The midsole being brown, and then that tongue being brown there as well. So I think that's the four places: the white, the tartan, the green, and the brown. And it's interesting to me. I personally like, I'm a bit OCD about things, so having that sort of two effect going on, it really sort of floats my boat, shall we say. That's the kind of thing that I like to see on sneakers. Oh, there's one more. Woohoo! And I didn't look at my notes to get it, but it's on the heel cup for sure. On the heel counter, it's got that tan sort of soft material on there. Now I'm deliberately looking up here because I don't want you to think I'm looking down there. Let's see if I can remember, where is that tan in another place on the sneaker. It's on that heel cup. Oh, root for me at home to get this. It's on the heel cup. It's not on the tongue. It's not on the tartan plaid. It's on the... Nah, I'm going to have to look. I hate to lose. There it is. Oh, I knew this. So on the heel cup and the quarter line, so the line that splits the sort of toe box and the quarter or the mid foot of the sneaker, there's a line there that they call the quarter line, and it's that same tan material that's on the heel counter or the heel cup at the back of the sneaker. Now there's also some unique features, three particular unique features that I want to talk about throughout the sneaker. The first, I need your help in understanding it, is the top two eyelets are what they're calling cufflinks, which represent the whole sneaker represents the outfit that the character Mr. Link wears in the movie, and these top two eyelets are filled in with little sort of brown things that are meant to represent cufflinks. What I don't know, and what I'd like you to tell me if you can, is whether or not you can thread your laces through them or not. They do have some kind of cross in the middle of them, which maybe appears like they're kind of open up so you could push a lace through. I don't know. I've never had these in hand. Obviously, they haven't released yet. They're releasing 3 days before the movie, so I think these release on April 9th and the movie's on April 12th. But you can check out release dates if you want to. But anyway, yes, cufflinks up there in the top two eyelets, and I don't know if you can thread your laces through them or not. Then coming down ever so slightly to the tongue, where I said you have that green panel of branding on the tongue that that balances it out by that kind of mid-foot paneling of green on the side. And the unique feature in there is it's meant to say Air Max, but I think the Max has been scored out and Susan is written on there instead. And again, as I said at the top of this video, I'm confused by Susan. Who is Susan? Mr. Link probably isn't going to be called Susan, is he? And I don't know who Susan is, so if you know that, again, hit me up with a comment down below. I've said it a million times in my videos by now. I've done more than 100 videos, and I always tell you I don't mind about being corrected. So if you want to correct me, just go ahead. I like to learn, and I'm not precious about not knowing things. So if you know why it says Susan, let me know. And then the final unique feature, standalone feature of the sneaker, is that gum sole outer. And originally I didn't like it. It was a bit too plain on this flashy sneaker with lots of different colour. But then I thought about the concept being about that outfit that the main character wears, Mr. Link wears. And I thought, you know what, it probably actually does match. It's probably a good use of a gum sole on a sneaker. So all in all, a really interesting looking sneaker, a really interesting backstory. Tinker Hatfield being in there, the movie being in there. Of course, Nike Air Max 1s are hot right now. So it's a really interesting sneaker, and it's really going to be interesting to watch its evolution, to see how it does in sales and also in resales. I think it's actually going to hold quite a bit of hype, especially as the movie comes out. The movie's got people like Hugh Jackman in it, so it might actually be a big movie, which might drive sales and might push the sneaker into sort of upper echelons of resales. So that's my review of this sneaker. I appreciate you guys checking out my content as usual. Tomorrow I'll be finishing out the week with the Nike Air Max 1 Tokyo Maze, which is a brilliant looking sneaker. I'm looking forward to talking about that with you tomorrow. But for now, please do subscribe. As I said in the video, I'm trying to get my subscribers back to the level that they should be after missing a whole week. And I appreciate you guys being there to hit that subscribe button and check out my content. And as I did say at the top of this video, every single day I bring you content, and that'll be no different when I see you tomorrow.